Hey guys, so I did a video about how to deal with the holidays and keto and staying strict, and I was trying to explain the science of why refeeding is so awful and make you bloated and bring on headaches and shoot insulin and high levels of glucose back into the bloodstream, which is very caustic and nasty and glycating and all this bit stuff, and can actually create more of a metabolic shutdown if you're not careful or mess with your thyroid. Here's the deal. I'm not going into that. I just want to talk about like here and here, right? With the heart, with the hearts. So you guys that follow me, I really appreciate that you are following me. So my journey started a long time ago, and I didn't know what I was doing. It's the same thing when I first started skateboarding and the first time I dropped into a vert ramp. You don't know what you're doing. And you're just trying to find out what sticks and what works. So this has been an evolution of my reality with you guys. Yes, yes. So, for me, like, people say, explain to me that they have concerns and fears of what their family members will, what they will think if they do this protocol. People during holidays are afraid of the temptations, and I'm always like, keto's not hard. It's only the way that you think, and that's why I'm always explaining and expressing to redesign your thinking. So I've also made the jokes that I would eat donkey crap if that's what it took to get my health back in order, if I were sick, if I had metabolic issues, because I'll do whatever it takes, and I think that's the reason why I was so successful. So when I show my body and go, oh, this is the business, I see myself in the mirror every day. But the support, or women especially, and men, but women who are struggling with their self-image, women who are entering perimenopause, who have estrogen dominance, they don't think, their OBGYNs are saying, oh, your menstrual cycle's weird? Oh, well, that's normal, you're just getting older. Oh, you know, your skin dropped here, you have issues with your tricep skin or the muscle, or gaining muscle, or you're tired. Oh, that's just aging. You go to the doctor to find out, you know, why your menstrual cycle is going away, and they send you a psychotherapist, or they, like, you know, test other things that aren't, they might test your cholesterol. And it's like, you just want to know what's going on with your hormones. It's very frustrating, because sometimes all women should really understand where their progesterone lies. If your progesterone's too low, you are guaranteed to have issues. You're going to be estrogen dominant. You're probably going to have low testosterone. You're going to lose your sex drive. You're going to start to have, your skin is going to start to crape. These are the things. Now, keto can be great at all ages and at all body sizes, religions, people around the world. But I'm a 48-year-old woman. I used to be a pro skateboarder. I busted my knee. I had 10 surgeries on my left knee. I cannot run. I cannot jump. I cannot lunge, nor can I squat. Life has been incredibly awful, because not only did I destroy my left knee, everything else is starting to be destroyed. My hip now needs to be replaced as well, because for 20 years, I was leaning on this side. So this hip is dust. So the importance of ketogenesis to my hip, or my joints, goes beyond being thin. Oh my God, like my body. Come on, y'all, really? Let's, you know, we're grown-ups. You know, we're like, I got sirens outside. So using keto as a way to manage the inflammation in my hip, because my hip is so damaged, before I could fall asleep on the good side, which is no longer, there's no such thing as a good side to my lower half. I would wake up and it felt like a car hit me. I could barely walk. I'd be like, ow, because it hurt. I've grinded down this joint from standing on it for 20 years trying to avoid the pain from this knee. So it's really interesting how keto can now potentially grow new cells. We've been taught that once the telomeres pop off your DNA chain and that DNA starts to shorten, that's cellular death you're done. That's aging. You're not going to regenerate new cells out of nowhere. And so that's what's really fascinating about people. I've been doing keto for 6 years strict. Now other people proclaim that they've been doing keto for 10 years. But I have not eaten any sugar, nor carbs, nor we have refed in over 6 years solid. Period. And that says a lot. That's very different from other people doing low carb for 10 years. Yo, I've been eating 200 plus grams of fat, 6 years, my 20 net carbs from cruciferous veggies. So that's what really is the difference in trying to experiment and document my own evolution in my keto adaptation. So there was one client, she said, oh, I looked at your videos from years ago and I was trying to compare you to now. And it's really quite amazing. Now, before my glutes had fallen because my legs were so atrophied, I had so much pain in the lower half, I just didn't train them. I would have the business up top and look thin, but otherwise I was a hot mess, which is why the way that people look, it's very subjective. If somebody who saw me walking down the street, they would think that I was the pillar of health. But in reality, the whole lower half was literally inflamed. Just inflammation, all this osteoarthritis developing in my joints from being a skateboarder and injuring myself so bad. And then from the top up, I would have some abs, and that's what people think is what looks good. But what looks good is how you feel. That's what looks good. And if you feel like shit, you look like shit. But we're so freaking, we're so bamboozled, we're so sheets over the eyes, we've got Vaseline on our lenses, we don't realize what looks good. Yes? So that's why this particular woman who made a video about me saying that I'm, a thin person giving fat loss or weight loss advice, she doesn't get the message. She doesn't get it. And no, because she didn't go down the rabbit's hole enough to find out what I'm trying to say. We all have been duped. When you go to your doctor, they give you medication. They don't go and ask the big questions, who, what, where, why, and how. So people don't know where to go. They look on the television and they see thin girls. Women will see thin girls and then men will see ripped guys. I am 5'3", I weigh 128 pounds, and I am solid as a rock. I'm heavy. I'm not some thin girl. Yes? I walked around at 113 pounds in an old picture and videos. People, what's the before picture? Now remember, this is coming from a woman who has a destroyed lower half. But I will work every second of every hour and keep my mind right to build. What took me years to build back my legs? And they're not even, it's probably I've built my legs back 65% out of the 100% that it was before. I know, like the fall. The sky is falling with the sirens. It took me so long, but I would sit there. It's just like chipping away at a mountain that you have to take down. Chip, 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 chip on the legs. Right? My range of motion for a squat is that much. That's it. That hurts my knee. Now my hip. But I'm dedicated because I'm not done yet. I'm not ready to go out to pasture, even though my body's so broken from skateboarding. So broken. So, the video about making that decision for me to do this was an easy one. Because I am exhausted from all the BS lies that we've been given our entire lives. I was born 1960 mother-sucking-7. And I'm lucky I was born in that year. Less pesticides in the food, less hormone-injected meats, less messed up milk, less GMO, less pesticide strength, everything was a lot less. Our children today, they're so toxic. They're born with already exposure to 200 chemicals, which is why you start to hear more and more and more that your children, you will outlive your children because of epigenetics. So there's nothing as good as keto feels. And there's nothing as good as looking at life through a new reality, through a new scope, to try to understand what looks good. This is the effect of being healthy. This is not the effect of trying to lose weight. And I didn't lose weight because I would never allow myself to get overweight. No, that's why I've never been fat. But I'll tell you this, I was underweight. And being underweight can be it can be equally as unhealthy as being overweight. I was underweight. I was catabolic. So why did I grind down my joints? From having the body that other women say, oh, that's the ideal body. That's not the ideal body. The ideal body starts right here and right here. That's it, these two places. I ain't got nothing about the physical body. I could be in a car accident tomorrow and lose my legs. It's not about that. So keto is a really great way to find the discipline. It's not keto adapt. It's not easy to keto adapt. If you're going to a party, people will be intoxicated by your ability to stick to something that you believe in. I lied in the beginning, but I no longer lied. And the day that I stopped lying to people is the day that my health, the business, came point blank correct. That's the day when things clicked, right? They clicked right here. Go to your parties and be confident why you're doing this. Because if you don't know why you're doing it, don't do it until you know. That's all that matters. You got to know why you're doing this. You got to know why you're doing anything in life. And it feels like people are just getting up and doing, and just like Groundhog's Day, over and over and over again, living the same reality, living up to these false expectations that we are told are important, but you're not happy. And then your hormones. And people say, I don't like negative people. Well, these negative people, their reality is subjective because we're taught the wrong things. When I went to Africa and I lived in a small village for 2 months, you see these little kids, they're just so chill. They get it. Or like when I went to Cambodia, there's like dogs everywhere. And they're homeless dogs, but when you have to survive, you connect to the universe. It's like you intuitively start looking outside of your scope. And all of a sudden the world looks completely different than it did before. So not eating pie and cake and sweets and ice cream at Christmas, if you are ready to change your reality, it's easy. I can use the tricks and tips of using, like I said before, it's kind of like, the tricks and tips to curb hunger, like, the peppermint, making a peppermint tea, Gymnema sylvestre, putting it on your tongue, eating a lot of fat, or having like a thermos or big fatty tea stuffed with fat to tell the brain, to pacify the brain, especially like with MCTs or coconut oil and butter combo. You can do that for the holidays. Or you could just go look in the mirror and go, no, this is what I want as an individual, and this is what I'm going to get. So my last lie was at a Thanksgiving party about 5 years ago, and I lied to a woman when she just saw me taking, turkey, bits of turkey onto a plate and asparagus. She's like, oh my God, are you in some special diet? And I didn't want to explain. I just thought she'll never get it. And so I lied, and I said, yeah, and then she just proceeded to bug me about what the diet was about. And now, I don't do that anymore. The only time I lie, and I'll lie all day long to waiters. Oh, because I want my food, I'm hungry. Yeah, girl likes to eat. But to friends and family, yeah. My extended family, for years, they were like, you cuckoo. But I don't think they think that way anymore. Because I'm solid to my conviction. You see on Facebook, I'm grinding, I'm posting, and I'm teaching everybody about the body. So people really don't sit and question what I'm doing anymore. But once I decided to cross that bridge over to ketosis land, nothing could stop me. Like I said, I'll eat donkey crap, I'll eat rocks, I'll do whatever it takes to remain healthy. Not eating donkey crap and rocks probably isn't the way, but it's just to kind of give you that visual that I'll do anything to fight to keep in balance, because everybody's so out of balance. So if you guys want to learn more, you know what to do. And don't forget to go to Periscope now, download the app, find me Steph the Business. and